globe for our announcement today of the finalists for the Toyota Mobility Foundation's Sustainable Cities Challenge here in Detroit. Today we want to show you a glimpse of the future. About 8 years ago in a community meeting in this very room, we were working on a plan to grow Eastern Market. That strategy understood that Eastern Market is a vital, amazing, and dynamic commercial district and neighborhood, but it asked the question, how can we safely bring more people and increase commerce while minimizing the negative impacts of more trucks? At the time, we planned for green buffers and dedicated truck routes, but now we can take the next steps. When the Toyota Mobility Foundation issued the Sustainable Cities Challenge to hear from cities who wanted to explore ways to lower carbon output and promote environmentally sustainable mobility while improving residents' access to goods and services in 2003, Detroit was one of 170 cities across the world that responded. And we responded with our desire to bring innovation to clean up the freight that delivers the food that we need to live. In November of that year, TMF announced that of those 170 cities, Detroit, Venice, and Varanasi, India won the challenge. And we started an amazing partnership looking to take some of those first steps towards solving this global issue. We're only halfway through the challenge, and you are sitting in a room full of positive impact and innovation. With $3 million delivered in 3 rounds, today's finalists don't just have an idea about how to reduce diesel runtime in the market, but they've managed to convince Eastern Market that what they're proposing is worth building into market operations. That's not an easy task. When we tell someone not to mess with a working system, it's no mistake that we use the phrase, don't upset the apple cart. Food delivery is no joke, and you'd better take it seriously if you're here in Eastern Market. Let me introduce you to Trey Ingram of the Toyota Mobility Foundation in North America and the project manager for the Sustainable Cities Challenge, to announce the winners who figured out how to get this far without spilling any apples.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Trey Ingram, and as Vince mentioned, I'm a program manager with the Toyota Mobility Foundation. And we are honored to be back here today in the Eastern Market with our friends at the City of Detroit and with the Eastern Market Partnership as we announce the finalists for Detroit's Sustainable Cities Challenge. The Sustainable Cities Challenge is one of our foundation's largest initiatives to date. And as Vince mentioned, it spans the globe, as we're not only invested here in Detroit, but also in Venice, Italy, and Varanasi, India, for this program. And here in Detroit, our judging panel, which is comprised of representatives from the city, TMF, Eastern Market, and other industry experts, selected these finalists that you'll get a chance to meet and interact with here today as they continue their work here in Detroit. And the finalists are Civilized Cycles, Electric Fish Energy, Neology, and Orange Sparkleball. Yeah. And we are beyond excited about this particular cohort of innovators as we believe they have the potential to deliver continuous and tangible progress toward a more sustainable urban freight future, showing us what's possible when human creativity leverages cutting-edge technology. And I can tell you, as somebody working day-to-day in this program, it is inspiring to see the bold ideas that are on display here today that we hope lead to outcomes enabling more people to go more places. So thank you for your time here today, and to Vince and the City of Detroit for inviting us to participate. Thank you.
Thank you, Trey, and thank you to John and Ryan, who couldn't be here today, from the Toyota Mobility Foundation for your partnership with Detroit. 12 years ago, Mayor Duggan would rib me for trying to tack recycling onto the long list of things that we needed to do after emergency management. And then he rolled out the most comprehensive curbside recycling system the city has ever had. And he switched all our broken lights to working low-energy LEDs. And he shut down and then demolished our toxic incinerator. He implemented the city's first urban farming initiatives and vacant land activation strategies, and he built miles of non-motorized greenways. He installed solar fields in our neighborhoods and today is encouraging us to tackle clean freight. Mr. Mayor, we wouldn't be here without your vision and leadership. Thank you. Mayor Mike Duggan.
This is another step forward for the city of Detroit. 10 years ago, if you look at the national media commentary, it was Detroit was going to be replaced by Silicon Valley as the future of mobility, of the auto industry and the like. We fought back hard. What General Motors has done at Factory Zero, well, the electric vehicle take-up rate hasn't been as fast as we thought. There are still more than 4,000 people employed at Factory Zero, and GM continues to grow. Bill Ford took a different step and said, I want to create a center where they're designing and planning the vehicles of the future, took over the long-abandoned Michigan Central train station. And then he said to me, I don't want one building, I want a campus. And took the Detroit School Book Depository building that had burned in 1979 and said, I think we could have mobility startups in here, and open something called New Lab. Detroit did our share. On 14th Street, we built the first public street in America that has a self-charging street. If you park your car, your electric vehicle with an adapter, the underground charging coils will actually charge your car. And we created this atmosphere, but we didn't know where this innovation zone was going to go. Today, there's more than 140 mobility startups in New Lab. It's bursting at the seam. They're coming from all over the world. And because that's exploding, we got to find more places. And on Grand River, the University of Michigan is building a grad school in AI and software engineering, and there'll be an incubator center that's going to be spin-offs from the University of Michigan. But Katie Locker over here at Eastern Market said, this startup innovation stuff is something Eastern Market's going to get into. And she decided, we've got space and there is a demand. And now you're seeing Eastern Market move into that space. And with the partnership of Trey and the Toyota Mobility Foundation, they said, let's incentivize the next generation of clean energy, of new technologies. Picked 3 cities in the world, and Detroit was the one they picked in North America because of this system. They started this competition, and last night I watched the Detroit Funketeers get through on the golden buzzer as they advanced. Today, we have 4 people advancing as finalists. They're each getting $130,000 to move forward, and one of them next year is going to get $2 million from the Toyota Foundation to expand the company rapidly. I think you are looking at the next great technology company coming out of the city of Detroit. It'll be one of these 4, it might even be more than one, but one of them's going to get a big head start. And so to Toyota, to Vince, to Katie, and everybody that's working on this, you are about to see Eastern Market emerge as a center for innovation as Detroit continues to establish our reputation as an ecosystem for startups. And every step of the way, as we have moved in this direction, we have had a partner on City Council who has backed all this kind of investment. Please welcome Councilman Fred Durhol.
Well, good morning to you all. I'd first like to thank the mayor for his leadership on sustainability. Detroit has come a tremendous way when we talk about being a cleaner and greener city, whether that is our solar here, whether that is switching our fleet over to electrical vehicles in some cases down at the city of Detroit, or even investing in green space such as the Joe Louis Greenway that spans 37 miles. We are taking our environment serious here in the city of Detroit, and thank you, Mayor Duggan, for your leadership as well. As a member of the Eastern Market Board Partnership, we talk about a healthier, wealthier, happier Detroit. That is our motto here in Eastern Market. And we do that in a very amazing way. We partner with local farmers and farmers from across the state to put food on the table of thousands of Detroit residents here. And now, because of Katie, as well as Vince and Toyota and their leadership, we are going to be putting that same food on the table of our residents in a cleaner and greener way. As we take those steps to move this city forward, our environment is important. I can tell you as a father of two, when I think about the future and what that looks like here, and us playing a part in making sure that we have clean water, clean air, nothing is more important here in the United States, but as well in the city of Detroit. And so I am happy today to see us taking a step forward as a board, as the Eastern Market Partnership, and partnering with great companies like Toyota for the investment of making Detroit cleaner and greener. And I look forward to one of these finalists, again, being the next big thing to come out of Detroit and to continue to push sustainability forward here for our city. So thank you all so much for being here today.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank you, Councilman Durhall, for your steadfast support of the market and innovation in Detroit. When we say that Eastern Market is at the heart of the city, Brandon Seng, who's been protecting the apple carts here at Eastern Market during this challenge, tells the story of the early days of the pandemic lockdown when only a few places were capable of reassuring Detroiters that the world was still turning. The market became a hub to distribute contactless boxes of fresh food and protective gear. Detroiters gravitated towards the Eastern Market because for 100 years we have known someone would be here to figure out how to get us fed. Today the market has a new leader, but she's not really new. She was part of the mayor's team that crafted the vision that I was talking about that we were working on 8 years ago in this very room. She's bringing the kind of fresh perspective that allows for the innovation that you see here, while at the same time fiercely protecting the legacy and history of the market. There are few people we know we can trust to guide a place as important as this in the city, and no better partner for the Sustainable Cities Challenge than my friend and CEO of the Eastern Market Partnership, Katie Trudeau.
Thank you, Vince. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Eastern Market. The Eastern Market team, we're very excited to be here today in support of this very thrilling announcement. We've spent many months working with the city, the Toyota Mobility Foundation, and all of these innovators behind us, and we really look forward to the future collaboration for the betterment of this district. I'd especially like to acknowledge my colleague Brandon Seng, Director of Programs, who has worked most closely with the team at all levels. The local knowledge that Brandon brought to the effort has ensured outcomes that will advance mobility improvements across the neighborhood and the region. As you've heard several times already this morning, for over 100 years, Eastern Market has been a place where entrepreneurs, family-owned businesses, and farmers have come to get their start, build their companies, and thrive. It's also a place where Detroiters and residents across the state of Michigan know they can access the freshest, local, and nutrient-dense food. Eastern Market and its business community has been an economic engine for the region for over 100 years, and we look forward to working with the city, TMF, and these companies over the coming months to develop the strategies that will set us on a path for the next 100 years. Thank you.
When the state's Office of Future Mobility and Electrification, OFME, heard we were going after the Sustainable Cities Challenge, Charlie Tyson joined the conversation and told us he believed that OFME's new Chief of Mobility, Justine Johnson, might be very interested in amplifying the positive impact of this challenge. I don't know exactly what he said to her, but I know she showed up and dedicated hours to help judge and brought an additional $400,000 from the state to push what we can learn about clean freight as far as it can go. I can tell you that there is a Class 4 EV truck in the back of the room here that we are eyeing to accompany one of our finalists' fast chargers so that we can begin the process of really seriously looking at electrification of freight in the market before the end of the year. Charlie, please come on up.
Thank you, Vince, and good morning, everyone. As Vince mentioned, I'm Charlie Tyson. I'm with the state of Michigan, the Office of Future Mobility and Electrification. Mayor Duggan mentioned all these successes and progress that we're seeing here in Detroit, and it's pretty incredible. I've been with the state now for 10 years, working on economic development and transportation advancements, and 10 years ago, there might have been one or two automotive technology startups in the city, and now there's over 100. It's incredible to see the success and growth that we have here in Michigan, and specifically here in Detroit. There's a lot of folks locally and globally that have ideas, that have plans, that have studies, but what I think is most impactful is when we roll up our sleeves and we get to work. We identify opportunities locally, and we connect innovators across the globe to those opportunities, and that's why I'm so excited about this initiative, that this is doing just that. Identifying opportunities to support challenges facing Eastern Market and working with companies across the globe and these finalists here today to solve some real challenges and make a real impact. Our office, the State of Michigan's Office of Future Mobility and Electrification, works across state agencies to accelerate mobility and economic development opportunities. And we work with local entities like the City of Detroit, Eastern Market, to help identify public-private partnerships. We are super excited about Toyota Mobility Foundation selecting Detroit, partnering with Eastern Market and the city, and we're excited about continuing to support this initiative. We do believe the future of mobility is accessible, sustainable, and equitable, and we believe it's being built right here in Detroit. Thank you.
Before we get to the good stuff, showcasing the innovations, let me quickly thank Tim Slusser, the city's chief of mobility, who pushed us to apply for this grant and trusted our big swings in trying to achieve it. The OMI and city team that helped secure it, I'd like to especially thank Claire Hunterlocker and Kristen Shaw, who helped write the initial grant. Our TMF partners, as mentioned before, Ryan Clem, Trey Ingram, and John Daly, who's working every day on this, and our international teammates, Naseen Watson, Marie Plamadon, and everyone at the UK Challenge Works, WRI, and 89 Up. In addition, there have been several members of the Eastern Market community, including Rob Rulig and Sod Meats, that toured their operations on several occasions to help us make the bid. Situated immediately behind me are the finalists for the Sustainable Cities Challenge, right here. Now that we've done this introductory part, I'd like you to have an opportunity to go over and speak with the innovators about specifically what they're planning on doing in the market. So we have, this is Civilized Cycles here, we have Orange Sparkle Ball, we have Electric Fish, and we have Neology. These four tables right here are the finalists. I'd also like to mention too, that we have had a number of other innovations in the room inspired by the Sustainable Cities Challenge and the resources that have been made available by Toyota. We mentioned earlier the Bollinger truck in the back. We're looking at very seriously being able to actually do heavy freight in the market. We're also, we have a display over here of a AI traffic system that was put together in combination with the Toyota Mobility Foundation and Eastern Market. And then we have and then we also have, interestingly, powering our coffee over here, an applicant that did not make it into the first round of the Sustainable Cities Challenge, but found out that we were interested in seeing if there was a way to replace the noisy generators that power food trucks, and asked if they could come and do it, and they did it. And so here we have another innovator, Ion Dynamics, again, powering our coffee for today, and thank you very much. If there's any questions, if not, I would invite you to go and talk to the innovators. Thank you very much.